Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Recovery is serious business. Serious business. Unless you show up to the Daily Trudge. Yeah. Doesn't all have to be serious. Yeah. Learning to laugh at not necessarily at yourself, but maybe some of your mistakes, and feeling like you're a part of. Maybe you take a joke. I used to be so sensitive that people couldn't even joke around without me getting a little upset or hurt, or and this all went back to my self-esteem, man. For the last 6 months, what I've been working on is treating myself how I expect other people to treat me. And it's been kind of a challenge, man. I realized how rude I was to myself, how mean I was to myself. So what I do? Well, I started utilizing my own love languages for myself. All right. Hi, Angel. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. She put up a muscle arm. Mine are more like, like Bugs Bunny, where he does a muscle and the arm goes saggy. I don't look like I'm strong, but I'm stronger than I look. So, but that still isn't that much. I don't know. I'm getting older. In this episode of the Daily Trudge, we are going to be talking about the 5 love languages. It is important. Now, does the big book say you need to learn love languages? No, but what it does say is that we have to learn how to become a part of a brotherhood, right? It's the inappropriate behavior of, mixing love with lust, with sex, right? And alcohol will definitely distort that. It will distort it, right? Even Bill, in Bill's story, he pretty much said, the only reason I didn't cheat on my wife was because I was too drunk. He said it. The alcohol, right? But that's not why we're here. We are here to discuss the 5 love languages. All right. So let's get started. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. Like I'm talking to one of my cats or a baby. Welcome to Daily Trudge. If you're here, please say hello. I don't even know why I bother putting that one up anymore. Nobody ever follows that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that in the trash. There we go. It is removed from the list. Oh, okay, good. I'm like, oh shit, what is it going to take it away first? Forgot to put it down. Do you have the book and the DVD? I have the book. I do not have the DVD, but I do have ChatGPT. Kathy, forward your man to Kelly's. We've talked, and also Chandler, you probably recall the detox reports to her at an executive level. We hear your concerns and start to discuss them. Amber will be chatting with Vanessa so we understand the various perspectives. After we have a chance to dig in a little bit more, I'll get back in touch with you. It worked. It finally worked. Yes. Yes. I guess all I had to do was take away. So, before we get started, sometimes you have to bring the pain in order for things to change. See, pain is the main taproot of all change. It is pain. And sometimes I will be a pain in Aurora Mental Health's ass until they change. And now the executives are talking about it. See, I let them know that there was a person on their board that committed Medicaid fraud. They did not like to hear that. All right. Yay. No, all the executives are meeting. Do not try and keep my voice down, man. It don't work. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say I try and step away from advocating, and God puts it right back on my freaking plate. All right. Okay. So enough of that. Let's get to the love language. Yeah. Right, because that's why we're here. You're like, Dion, I don't even live in the United States. I don't care. And I understand because it doesn't affect you. Why would it matter? Right? Anyway, yeah, just a good example. All right, here we go. That my laugh is yes, that was kind of an evil laugh. Yes, it was, but it's well earned. All right, so here we go. I don't know about you, but I don't know about you, but I didn't learn healthy love growing up. Nobody sat me down and told me what healthy love was. I had sex education classes, but my parents didn't cover any of this with me. I learned about sex and love through Playboy because my dad didn't hide his magazines. Yeah, I think I was 8. I was very, very young. I was a promiscuous kid because some things were all right. See, see, even when we have to talk about the 5 love languages, this stuff comes up, doesn't it? Right? That's why we need to understand them. The main reason that we need to understand them is so that we can have patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love, so that we can meet others where they're at. So that when you get that sponsee, you know how to match their love. Right? It isn't because when you're a sponsor, okay, now I know there's some people I shouldn't sponsor. If you're kind of meek and your feelings get hurt easily, like I was when I first came in, okay, you're not alone, right? So if we can understand the love languages, well, then we can be even better at meeting people where they are at and be even more helpful, right? Angel says, Steve and I were just talking about love languages. Yeah, it's a very big part of what we do. And this is a fantastic book for anybody. So in addiction, we learn that love equal control, that love equals validation. And I don't know about you, but love certainly equaled chaos. Fight, 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 fight. Every time I drank, I fought with whoever I was going out with. Almost every time. Unless it was a new relationship. But eventually the fights would begin. All right. If I was going out with somebody, I was dating somebody, they were talking to somebody and wanted, but yeah, you know, did anyone else feel like they had to relearn how to love in recovery? Or am I the only one? Did you? You don't have to answer. You can say it to yourself. I'm gonna have to say no. It wasn't until I actually sat down with the emotional sobriety portion of the program and started to discover, because like when my wife and I first got together, um, I've always been a flirt, and I quit doing it a while ago. All right, because I saw that wasn't appropriate. Oh, it's not big. Everybody flirts. No, no. I stopped doing it. You want to know why? Because I don't need the validation anymore. I don't need it. I get that from God. I get that from my friends. I get that from me. Yeah. So I don't need it anymore. Now that that's off the plate, well, then I'm free to love appropriately. So what are the 5 love languages, right? It's words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch, right? And not everybody receives love the same way. So, and you might even have more than one of these. Now, there is one in here that you are going to want to be very careful of. That's physical touch. Hi, Amber. Good to see you. Angel says you've never remotely flirted with me or anyone I know. Yep. Yeah. I quit doing it a long time, like 8 years ago. Right. Actually, longer than that. I'd have to ask my wife because I told her too. I'm like, that's not cool. I'm not doing it. I'm not. No. Well, I'm just a flirt. No, Dion, you're trying to get the attention of cute girls. Come on. No. All right. So the first one, words of affirmation. All right. This is encouragement, appreciation, being seen and acknowledged. I think everybody kind of likes that, especially people that are in addiction. You ever go to a meeting and somebody says, "My daughter told me how proud of me they were today. My son, my mom, my significant other," and it felt really nice that they saw that I was doing better. Okay, so words of affirmation and encouragement should just be a given. Yeah, that should be automatic. You should be doing that anyway, no matter who it is. If you see somebody who is floundering and you've seen progress in them, tell them. Tell them, right? I'm proud of you. You matter, right? Many of us never believed positive words about ourselves. In the beginning, it's going to be hard to take a compliment because you weren't given compliments before. And when you were, they weren't true. You didn't feel like you earned them, like you deserved them. And you're still going to feel that way. All right. So I'll just give you your answer right now. There is 2 quick words. If somebody gives you a compliment, this is what you say. Thank you. And then shut up. If the next word is but, they're probably not going to give you another compliment because the word but cancels out everything and yet does the same thing. Thank you, but. No, just thank you. Or you are correct. Yes, thank you. Sound a little egotistical. That's how I answer it. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm the best. I'm awesome. I know. Thanks. Don't do it that way either. Okay. Thank you. Right. So we all need words of affirmation. But for some people, this is their actual love language. Right. The next one is mine, acts of service. Right. You make me something and I will keep it. If you like, my niece made this Spider-Man, hung it upside down for me, everything. I will hold on to it. The other Spider-Man was bought. My wife bought me that. Figure I put both up. But if I had to choose to take one down, it'd be the one that was bought, not the one that was made. The chips that have been made for me by my friend Amber, I will hold on to those forever. Actually, I gave one of them away to my daughter, but it's in the family. I would consider that a family heirloom. And she would, and I know my daughter, she also likes acts of service. When my wife serves me dinner, I love it. Not because I want control or anything like that. Maybe I have to go clean the cat box, but it's already been cleaned out. These are some of the things that I've really appreciated my kids doing. I'll go outside to get something done, maybe take out the trash. It's done. I go to clean this up and kids already got it. Things like that. Oh man, that'll warm my heart so quickly. All right. You write me a handwritten letter, even if it's hate filled, I might keep it because it's acts of service. So doing things for others and showing love through action. Aside, I'm a Virgo, okay? And in my Chinese horoscope, I'm a dog. Loyalty is everything to me. Respect and loyalty. Yes. What does that mean? Means you have my back even when I'm not around. Or that you just don't, you don't necessarily have to have my back when I'm not around. But I know you're not going to talk crap about me. It's good enough for me. All right. But even in that, I'm very particular on who I hang with. Very. I've actually had people yell at me. Who are you? You decide who your friends are. And I was 21. This person was like 40 at the time. I miss him. We went through a lot together. His name was Tim Gregg. I can't blow his anonymity. He's dead. So, yeah. Okay. Like helping without being asked, following through. And what is that? Well, that's service work. It's service work for us. This is also one of the big ones for alcoholics, acts of service. You mean you care enough about me to go out of your way to do that for me? Wow. I didn't realize I was worth that. Oh, you were worth it. All right. And it's those unexpected ones too that are really cool. Right. Like the Spider-Man. I was not expecting it. She did a great job too. I'm impressed. Right. Receiving gifts. Now, this also goes along with my acts of service. This was a gift, but it was handmade. Right. If you spend an hour putting something together for me, I'm going to love it. I don't care what the fact that you did it is all that matters to me. It is. That's it. All right. But in this case, we're talking about receiving gifts. Okay. Not money. That's not what we're talking about. Right. It's about the meaning, the thoughtfulness. All right. Something small, but intentional. It's just a way of somebody else saying, I'm thinking about you. So these kind of go together. There again, you spend an hour putting together the Spider-Man thing for me. That means that you took an hour aside and you held space for me, even though I wasn't around. You held space for me for an hour. Wow. Thank you. It's a big deal, isn't it? Feels good, don't it? Yeah. All right. So it's learning gratitude instead of an expectation. Now, if I'm expecting gifts and I don't get them, that's not necessarily a love language. That is demand. Okay. My love language is receiving gifts and I want a Lamborghini. Yeah, that's not what we're talking about here. Oh, I ain't saying she no gold digger, but I don't see her hanging with no broke dudes. I ain't gonna say the word. I'm not allowed to. Right? What's the next one? Quality time. This is my wife's. This is my wife's love language. Quality time. All right. Every Friday we hang out. See, to her, it doesn't matter what we do. She just wants to hang out. And when I go out of my way to pick a particular show, something like that, maybe I even had plans that maybe I was going to play my video games, decompress, but my wife is not doing the best that day. Maybe she's depressed. She's still going through a lot of stuff with her sister passing away about a year ago, right? Just a little over a year now, right? And I don't ask her what she wants. I don't, I just, hey, why don't we sit down and watch something together? Let's go hang out. That's it. I, you know, but it also helps that because when I decompress, I usually prefer to be alone, kind of like when I was drinking. You know, when I drink, I prefer to be by myself, right? Little George Thorogood, right? But my wife is one of those people where even if she's around, I'm still getting that. Yeah. And quality time is great. It's just holding space for other people. A little bit of time. You do it all the time. Do you sponsor? Then you do it. Do you help other people? Do you do service work? Then you're doing that. You're doing all of these actually. Um, so quality time, presence over presence, right? Undivided attention. Undivided attention. Now, if you go to an AA meeting with me on Zoom, you'll probably see that I get up a lot, move around. I'm still listening. But when I am on camera, I am looking at the person who is speaking, usually, almost always. I'm not doing this. Okay. It's easy to tune out while you're in a Zoom meeting. What's the topic? Hey, Dion, what's the topic? Dion, what's the topic? Sometimes I have to ask because I zone out too. It happens. I'm having fun with it. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. What's the topic again? So undivided attention, right? Now there again, if you have sponsees, you are doing quality time too, right? Sitting and listening, being fully there. We stop checking out and start showing up, right? And it is important for us alcoholics to be able to do that. Because when I was drinking, I was not involved. I was not there. Let's say me and 4 other friends are meeting at the park. Somebody's bringing a 6-pack. I am not involved in this conversation. No, I don't even know what they're saying. I'm going to say, what's the topic? I'm thinking about the last beer. I'm thinking about the fact that there's not even close to enough alcohol for 5 people, let alone me. Yeah. Now that that's been removed and that's taken away, my quality time and me being able to be there in the moment, living in the moment, that is quality time. And when you are a person that lives one day at a time, a moment at a time, your quality time, well, is quality. Yeah. Not quantity. We don't do quantity in AA. It's quality. Right. So, and then the last one is physical touch. We we do a lot of hugging in AA. Absolutely. I love you. Thing that on Zoom, it's with Zoom. I mean, we can't physically touch each other, right? So, but yeah, we do a lot of that. What do they say that a 20-second hug actually has healing powers when it comes to women? It's not. I'm not going to get too much into physical touch. It's not one of my top ones. Um, I'll mind giving hugs and things like that, but yeah, I'm saying I don't mind. It's not on the top of my list though. Right? So connection through physical presence. Even just being next to the person might be enough, right? The hugs, handshakes, appropriate connection. Okay. It actually has it in there because we're talking about AA. So it's like, okay, watch that 13 stepping. All right. So what are we doing? We're learning safe, healthy connection again. And this is the 5 love languages, and understanding the 5 love languages is a great way to meet other people where they are at. But what are some of the other reasons why this matters in recovery? Well, you're not just forming new relationships, the relationships that you have start to improve. Okay. Here's another good reason to learn your love languages: you're living amends. Your living amends would be great for the love languages. Yes, if you're trying to change, recognizing somebody's love language and following through takes action. It takes effort. You bet it is part of it. All right. Communication improves, and we definitely become less self centered. So love becomes something we give, not something we try and take. And there we are at the St. Francis prayer. It is better to love than to be loved. It's true. I have found it to be. St. Francis prayer is a great guide, a great reminder that it is better to give than it is to take. Okay? That is not always true when it comes to love languages. Let's talk about that a little bit. Now, first, I'm going to start with this. Nothing can be more than 100%. So I don't want to hear that you're giving 100% on both, because that is impossible. So we're going to work with a reasonable number, 100%. Okay. Now, in the big book, it says that our relationships have to become a give and take basis. That means they become amicable. Right. Now, some days I'm not doing as I've had a finger. I haven't been able to do a lot of things because of my finger. So my wife had to do some of the other chores, but then I took over some of hers, right? But maybe I'm not doing well that day, and my wife does 70% of the giving, and I do 70% of the taking, 30% giving. Okay. But this is the big one that I've always heard. I give and I give and I give, and you don't appreciate it. And both these people are saying it. You know what the problem is? No one's taking. You ever give somebody a gift and it just seemed like they didn't give a fuck at all and you were excited about it? Hmm. You think they're going to do it again? Probably not, right? So, what do we have here? Well, we have a codependency problem, is what we actually have. But if both people are giving 100% and nobody is taking, then everybody feels bad. They feel unwanted. Then abandonment issues start to show up. So you have got to take you've got to take 50% of the time. It's an equal, right? We're talking about balance here. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Hey, did you see what so and so gave me? Go out, brag about it a little bit. Thank you for that compliment the other day. I really needed it. Hey, take. It's okay. You just don't be gluttonous about it. Now, the opposite could be true. When I was an alcoholic, all I did was take. In that case, when I was drinking, it was like 95 take, 5% give, right? Is it going to be 50-50 every day? No. The saying is, we're not all sick on the same day. But every relationship is reciprocal. It is a give and take basis. That's how relationships work. All right. All right. So, what are the practical applications to these? Ask people what matters to them. Ask them. Hey, these are the 5 love languages. Which do you prefer? I'm going to tell you, after a while, see, personalities match. All right. So you'll start to see a rhythm in it. You'll see a pattern in it. And after a while, after you practice these for a little bit, you'll automatically do it because your intuition will already know which one it is. It will. That's exactly what will happen to you. Practice them. All right. So pay attention to how they respond. If the response sucks, you probably got the wrong love language. If they get all excited and appreciative, you probably found the one. Well, practice consistency. Don't do it once and that's it. No, it's got to be consistent. Like when I said earlier, if my wife is having a down day and I don't have anything planned, I put my plans aside and we hang out. Yeah. All right. So recovery changes everything, including how we love. We don't just get sober, we learn how to connect, show up, and care about others in a real way. All right. That is going to conclude this daily trudge. If you like what we do here, please love, like, and share. If you'd like to donate, anything helps. The Daily Trudge is self-supporting. Venmo at Trudging Together. Cash App, Dion G. Miller, because Trudging Together was already taken. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And keep on trudging.